So the tribal chairman of the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe. Good day, my friends in tribal community. I'm Mashpee Wampanoag, and I'm the tribal chairman of our tribe, Running Bear. First of all, I want to thank you, Katapadash, Katapatanamu, the Master Tucket, Pequot Tribal Nation, for hosting at your beautiful facility. Thank you, and we really appreciate it. Certainly, with my tribe, one of my primary focuses around economic development and self-sufficiency through programs and services in healthcare and in an individual economy for our tribal families to certainly land into trust and, developing one of the first and foremost economic development components of our business portfolio is gaming. Project First Light for our tribe, and that's been one of our primary focuses. But certainly, we as tribes have to truly focus on what it is to be a sovereign nation. And when we talk about sovereign nation status and Indian country as a whole, we need to really focus on developing and building a gross domestic product. We talk about that as a GDP, and that is one of our primary indicators that gauge the health of a country's economy. And so when we talk about gauging the health of Indian country, our respective tribes' economy, we need to look at that not only on a local level, on a national level, and on a global economy. And so when we look at some of the primary indicators, it's around goods and services that are measured over time. And that gross domestic product really has to be looked at as a high-performing business portfolio that our tribes must adopt in a very distributed way. What that means is not only do we look at gaming and we talk about beyond gaming, and I like what Chairman Butler said around indigenous people in the East Coast. We've been around 12,000 plus years, certainly. And so we've had economies and trade. And by every term, if you think about rich, with today's word of the word rich, our tribes are very rich. We had all the natural resources. We owned all the economy. We had the trade. We had all opportunities, and certainly that changed with European impact. But certainly we're still those diversified people. We still live here after many years, and we still have those economy opportunities and know-how acumen built right inside of us, and we still do it today in today's world. So when my tribe looks at economic development, we look at our oyster farm that we have, First Light oysters, which we look to really move those forward. We sell them in Penn Station today in New York. Lance has had them, he loves them, he thinks they're the best. He does. Chuck, you can attest to that too, Chuck. We've had an oyster, sound off, and they know we have the best, so thank you, brother. It's true.
Take the mic.
It's true. So we look at First Light oyster development, and that's really important for our venues that we provide that number one oyster in our venue and proliferate it out there as part of our economy. Chuck agrees, he does agree. And we look at solar initiatives as well that, our tribal members will be able to, provide and purchase discounted solar out of solar fields and solar collaboratives. One point I want to point out as well, and maybe it's premature, but Hiawatha and Lance, I'll talk about it. We've come together to form a nonprofit around, hydroelectric power that we want to bring to our tribal communities, to our tribal economic development commissions that would provide energy. And when you think about gaming, right, the bottom line of gaming, these infrastructures can be into the billions of dollars that our tribes on the East Coast could directly benefit from. Mashpee could benefit from it on our economic development. That's something I want to bring to our tribe. Narragansett could benefit from it. The Shinnecock tribe could benefit from it. Mashantucket, Mohegan, and Quina, main tribes. And so when we look at the hydroelectric energy opportunity, renewable clean energy, the renewable clean credits that these carbon companies can get and invest into this and build this co-op of energy, if you will, that our tribes that sometimes or somehow cannot benefit from gaming, and as well as that can benefit from gaming, could get involved in this very dynamic, clean, renewable infrastructure. So that's going to be coming to a theater near you soon. But when we talk about collaboration, right, building that GDP, this is an example of what I'm talking about. You know, building a gross domestic product around goods and services that are measured and produced over an amount of time that can be, you know, reusable, repeatable, consumer-wise, retail-wise, country-wise, global-wise, statewide. All these things are so important, and that's expansion of our mindset that we really have to think about as sovereign entities, as a true Indian country, as we come together and look at goods and services. So I'm really excited about it, and my tribe's really going to venture into these areas, but I also champion Indian country. And obviously I'm biased about the East Coast because I live here, but I'm really biased about all of Indian country as well, because we're one and we can stand up strong and make this happen to develop that gross domestic product. You know, I admire all these gentlemen on this panel, as well as the gentleman that were on the panel prior to that. We all come together with this concept in mind to stand as one and create this unique, special economy for Indian country and the global economy for all of Indian country. Katapa Gentlemen.